Hey, do y'all have any questions? Hey, do y'all have any questions?
I don't have any
Okay.
questions.
For sure. Okay, yeah, so you guys have something on your sign, right? It says arrest traitor Trump, deport Elon, right? So what's your message at the end of the day?
Then nobody is getting the truth about what's actually happening in this country.
Okay.
Our rights are being stripped from us, and we don't have any voice right now because the government isn't standing up for us. The House and the Senate and the checking of the three powers is no longer happening, and Congress is standing by.
For sure. And I don't disagree with that, right? I don't disagree with that. But what's your goal with having that sign up?
We want equality for everyone, and we want the voice of the people to be heard.
Okay, for sure, for sure. But this is my thing. So you want to deport Elon because he's South African, right?
Not because he's South African, because he's trying to mount a takeover of our government.
Okay, and how is he doing that?
By... Mom, you got any words for that?
Doge, for instance, what
Doge.
he's doing within our government and taking away things that the people actually need. The people pay them in taxes.
Right.
That's what our taxes go to, is to making sure that there is infrastructure for everyone.
He is an,
Not just rich white men.
Right.
he is an
Because that's the
unelected
biggest
official.
problem.
Okay, so you mentioned Doge, right? And you know how some of the people in the Senate, they get things that are in the stock market before everyone else, pretty much gets in.
Inside
That's how,
trading.
yeah, inside trading, correct? Is that essentially what you're trying to get into? How the corruption of the government is?
Okay, that's definitely part of it.
Okay, for sure.
Also, what Doge is doing is allocating money away from the things like our environmental protection services, social security, medical aid, U.S.
Okay.
aid across the country, which is what keeps us, in good contact with the rest of the world.
We
Okay.
are now being separated from the rest of the world via politics because of Trump and Elon, and because of the Republican Party as a whole.
We actually support South Africa, and they're currently mad at us because of Elon.
Because he
Okay.
took away the money to help feed poor people, to help stop disease in other countries, which John F. Kennedy actually put in place to make it so that other people would actually want to deal with us as a country politically and monetarily.
We only want for Elon what he wants for the rest of the people in this country. He sees as less equal than him.
Okay, for sure. And for sure, I'm glad that you're standing up for what you believe in. But today, essentially, I kind of want to tell you what we're kind of standing on today, right? So you're okay, ex-Nazi, ex-Putin. Okay, for sure. I'm all for that at the end of the day, But we're teaching the Bible here. I don't know if you were going to stand here today, but what we're trying to teach is that we're trying to teach the elevation of my people. Matter of fact, the people of Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans, because in this society, we've been downtrodden ever since Christopher Columbus has came to the Americas, right?
I would say before that.
You can say before, we were going against each other too. The native indigenous people, we were actually fighting each other right before Christopher Columbus came in. We see that more so as a judgment of God, Christopher Columbus coming, right? But today, I'm here to pretty much elevate my people, to uplift my people, because like I said, we've been downtrodden. Matter of fact, I don't know if you care. Let's get the gospel of God. Let's get Luke chapter 4 real quick. Right? Let's get Luke chapter 4, because we're trying to uplift the people that are in captive, in the prisoners, and the people that don't have a voice for themselves. Right? Just like how you're doing. I'm sure you're trying to send a message out and stuff like that. I don't necessarily disagree, but I'm trying to. The reason why I'm here is so that I can uplift my people. Get that,
Right.
You know what I want? 4 and 17.
It's the book of Luke, chapter 4, verse 17. And there was delivered unto him the book of the prophet Isaiah. And when he had opened the book, he found the place where it was written.
Okay, so Jesus is about to talk right now, right? So he got a book from somebody, and he's about to read the book that somebody just gave him, right? Read. What's the gospel?
Verse 18. The Spirit of the Lord is upon me, because he hath anointed me to preach the gospel to the poor.
To the what? To the what?
To the poor.
To Elon.
To the poor.
To Trump.
to the poor.
Right.
He has sent me to heal the brokenhearted, to preach deliverance to the captives and recovering of sight to the blind.
Right. So that's what I'm trying to preach. You guys are not necessarily disagreeing with what I'm trying to say here, but I'm just trying to teach the truth, knowledge, and understanding for my people, though, specifically, because my people have been going through atrocities for centuries and centuries, and they don't know essentially what they're really going through. So that's why we're here trying to uplift our people, but my people only, though.
Right.
My people only. So that's my thing. That's my thing. But I respect you doing what you're doing, trying to send out a message, and
We want to lift up all people.
that's the thing. I can't say that because if you're saying you want to uplift all people, isn't Trump all people?
I don't know, is he really a person?
Right? But yeah,
Person, but he doesn't,
Okay, so
he doesn't see us
I'm not
others as
including
equal.
oligarchs that want everybody to suffer.
Okay.
That's what they want. They want everyone equally. You, me, everyone. They want
Right.
everyone to suffer so that they can only be the ones lifted up.
Let me
I
I
agree.
rephrase.
don't agree with that.
for sure.
Let me rephrase.
Right.
We are trying to uplift the voice of the common people, and so that everyone is equal, which is not what's going on right now.
Okay. I agree. I agree that white people are of the higher echelon people of this society, and that black, Hispanic, and Native indigenous people are in a lower estate. So I agree with your point, but like I said, I'm trying to uplift the people that are so-called black, Hispanic, and Native American
Right.
because the people in the Bible, which I believe are black, Hispanic, and Native indigenous people, and I believe this Bible is talking about us and my people. But I hope you have a great rest of your day. I just want to have a dialogue and stuff like that, and I hope.
My child is mixed, so is within the. She's Hispanic and black.
Oh, your dad's Hispanic?
Both sides of the family.
Oh,
I
okay.
know I look white, super white.
Okay.
But I'm only half white.
Where's your dad from?
My dad is from Italy, but he's also mixed.
Oh, okay.
May,
Yeah.
may I explain? The North African people of North African descent in Italy are primarily based in lower countries.
Yeah,
so
more, yeah.
Sicily.
Right.
Sicily,
For sure. Yeah. So we would just have to do like essentially more studying, but your ancestors could be of the people of the Bible, because that's who the Bible is really talking about. So yeah, if you,
Yep,
hey,
the Mediterranean.
yeah, for sure. I mean, the Bible says that the people of the Bible were to be scattered into all four corners of the world. So that's why we're trying to teach to the masses, right? We're trying to teach to the people who adhere to this book, or essentially what the Bible says. People who have ears to hear, they're going to hear. So if you guys have ears to hear, by all means. But I don't want to hold you too long. I just wanted to have a dialogue, and I hope you all have a great rest of your day.
Thank you for the opportunity to share our message.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, did y'all have any other questions? Did y'all have a question? Yeah, no. So, yeah. Hey, before I answer that, because I will answer that for sure. I actually do want to have a conversation with them too. Hey, y'all want to have a dialogue? Yeah, y'all good? Y'all good? Hey, man. Okay, for sure. I'm gonna answer her question then, for sure. So, oh yeah, for sure. Hey, for sure. Hey, I'm gonna just let y'all know, y'all Israelites though, y'all Jews, all right? Y'all Jews, y'all of the people of the Bible, all right?
Right.
I just want to let you know that. Right? But for sure. So your question was my main message, correct? My main message, like I was telling the other people I was talking to before, was to uplift my people. But my people being black, Hispanic, and Native American people, because the people of the Bible, that's who our ancestors are. Right? But we have been told a lot. We have been told that we're just brown, or we're just black, or we're just whoever. We're a color in the crayon box, right? But at the end of the day, like I said before, we just read the gospel in Luke chapter 4, which is saying, I'm here to uplift the prisoners. I'm here to uplift the people in captivity. That's who Jesus came to save, the people in captivity. Most people in this world are not in captivity. But who are? Who are in the prisons right now? My people, right? So with that being said, that's who Jesus came to save. And that's my main message. For sure. Was that did that answer your question?
Oh, it totally did, yeah.
Okay, for sure. I mean, yeah. So essentially, yeah, like we do a lot of like historical history too. We essentially try to break down the lies that were told in the school systems as well. For example, we don't believe the people that are in the land of Israel today are the real people of Israel, right? Because it was prophesied in the Bible that they would take our land and pollute our land, and that we'd be scattered abroad. The people that are actually in the Bible will be scattered abroad into the four corners of the world. So that's why you don't see us in the land right. You don't see Black and Hispanic people in the land right now, because those people are not the true people of God. So we teach that as well. You said what?
Who do you think is in Israel right now?
Those are Edomites. Those are people of non-Israelite descent, right? And Ishmaelites too. There's two nations of people in the land: the Palestinians, which go back into the person named Ishmael, and then obviously Caucasians, like the people in there. They're called Edomites in the Bible. So yeah, that's pretty much what we're teaching though. But we're just trying to teach real history rather than just history that we were taught in history class during grade school, for sure.
It's changing.
Right, because hey, like there's a quote that I like to say all the time. History is his story, right? So, like whoever is telling the history is gonna be of his perspective, and that's why we're trying to change the narrative. We're trying to change the narrative that hey, guess what? Now since I've been doing my own research, then we're gonna find the truth for the matter. Matter of fact, get Ecclesiastes 3:15 for me, Bobby Kashaw. Right, and no, I don't got anything for you. If you got any precepts though, you can bring it up. Yeah, 3:15, Ecclesiastes.
Book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3, verse 15. That which has been is now, and that which is to be hath already been.
Right, so essentially, there's nothing new under the sun. History repeats itself, right? Continue.
And God requireth that which is past.
God requireth that which is past. What do you think the Bible is saying right there?
Sounds like, I mean, coming from the way I was raised in churches, sounds
Right.
like the things that have happened already are kind of part of his plan.
Okay.
Like going forward.
For sure, and you're not wrong with that. But what he meant in the latter statement is that essentially we should look into what's been going on ever since the world began. We should look into the past. We should look into the history, because like I said, history gets tampered with when the wrong person is wielding the power at be. You know, so that's what we're trying to tell. We've been told lies in school. We've been taught that Thanksgiving is about the Pilgrims and the Native Americans kumbayaing. You know, but that's not the real story. Right? The real
There's a lot of stuff I haven't heard before.
No, for sure, because like I said, when you do the history, when you do the research and stuff, then you understand that Thanksgiving is really a holiday of Thanksgiving. You know, so we do a lot of that history because at the end of the day, we're trying to uplift my people so that they can get the true understanding of this world. So, you know, with that being said, I hope this was a good dialogue and stuff like that for sure. But I'm gonna continue with my lesson for sure. But it was nice talking to you for sure. Yep. For sure. Okay. I want to go back into, like I said, every good thing is a double-edged sword, right? Every good thing. And now I'm gonna talk about Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, which we know.